Hey y'all, Chelsea here. Just wanting to come on here and speak to all of you that are totally wondering what the hell is going on in the world and inside of yourselves and inside of everyone you know and love. It's like a simple answer and it's a complicated answer. And that is, the simple answer is that it's here. We are in a new paradigm. We are in the age of Aquarius. We are ushering in new earth. We are in a time in the beginning of the manifestation of Eden back to earth. I know and believe this. Now, the more complicated answer is that there's all kinds of ways to understand this. There's all kinds of perspectives, and really, there's not a right one or a wrong one. Again, it's all perspective. And a lot of our perspective comes from the ways that Source and our angels and God talk to us and communicate with us and the signs that they show. You know, obviously the cultural backgrounds we're in, the religious backgrounds that we have, the spiritual experiences that we've had, they're all different. But really they all do point to the same things, I believe. So on a religious, level, I was raised as a Christian. I'm much more, I certainly, I am a Christian. I love Christ. I believe the Bible is a very, very, very sacred, important guidebook for us, filled with examples and stories and lessons and miracles. I'm also sort of a mystic, I have a lot of different spiritual beliefs that maybe the more traditional Christian community wouldn't necessarily agree with or have the same perspective, but that's okay. And I could go on and on. I have many loved ones and friends, family. Everyone kind of has a different perspective of this, but we all do know one thing for sure, and that is that something is going down. And again, it's not just governmentally or socially or on the world stage. It's inside of us. It's happening individually as well. There's so much information out there, guys, on just from a spiritual perspective, from a quantum physics perspective, from religious perspectives of what's going on. So I would encourage everybody that if you're curious, and not already kind of diving in headfirst to this knowledge, information, and experience, that you just get online, start talking to people, start researching, ascension, evolution of human consciousness. There are of course a lot of different terms to describe what's going on, but there's a ton of information. Millions of people all around the world are talking about it, speaking about it, teaching about it, experiencing it, living it, guiding, learning. But we are here. We are in a time of life where we can take full control over our destinies, our future. Our souls are waking up and talking to us, asking us to remember who we are, asking us to step into our mission here as beings of light, to wipe out the old, to wipe out the dark, to wipe out the fear, to dismantle all of the potential timelines of war, destruction, disease, famine, all of these things that so many of us in the world right now are afraid of. We are in a time right now where we are overturning those possibilities, and we are going to restore Eden to this earth. That's what's happening. So imagine how that would look. It would look just how it looks. Institutions blowing up, politics are going crazy, our leaders are insane, none of our systems, programs are even working. People are unhappy, sick, sad. Relationships are falling apart. People are starving for more meaning and quality in their lives. They want to spend more time doing the things that they love. A lot of people don't understand how we got here. But it's okay, because we're here and we're changing it all. So it's scary, it's hard. literally God is filling our atmosphere and our beings with light daily right now, and it is pushing the darkness out of us. It's pushing it to the top so that we can see it, feel it, deal with it, and let it go once and for all. We can clear out our heart spaces of all of our own trauma, our own heartbreaks, our own experiences that have maybe led us down the path of fear, cleaning those out of us, remembering who we are, our sovereignty in God, forgiving ourselves and this and other people in this experience, and living from our heart. And once we are all living from our heart, just imagine what this world is going to be like. So people are experiencing all kinds of things on an individual level: breakups, losing jobs, losing homes, depression, anxiety, suicide. I have friends who have lost extended friends and family from drug overdoses, alcoholism. It's all coming up right now, and I have a lot of compassion for people who feel what's going on, are experiencing what's going on, but don't have a perspective, a positive perspective, or like a hopeful perspective, because that's scary. And this awakening process has been happening to me for years. And it was hard, and it was scary, and I experienced things that I did not understand how I got there. It's all making sense, though, after a lot of inner work, inner healing, a lot of seeking, a lot of meditation, prayer, getting back to really the roots of my own demons and my own patterns. And I'm starting to feel just completely inspired, and like the old is completely leaving me, and it's beautiful. And I know that that's really where we're all headed. I hope that I can help provide guidance for people who don't know even where to start, because it's a lot. And like I said kind of in the beginning of the video, it's simple but it's complicated. It's simple but it's in depth. There's a lot that can be done. But the beautiful thing is, guys, is that once we start, and I'm sure many of you know this, I'm sure most of you are in the throes of this healing process and this upliftment and consciousness yourselves, you know that it pays off. I mean, I did not know until maybe the last couple years of my life how peaceful I could be, how filled with joy I could be, how loving I could be, how synchronistic my life could be, how God is really lining things up in my life perfectly. And as long as I follow the signs and the guidance, I'm really reaching the things in my life that I've always dreamed of. And it's beautiful. It takes work and it takes support, guys. So seek, be a seeker. Get on Google. I literally, a few years ago, when I started to really awaken and really start kind of thinking, what is going on with me? Am I a little bit nuts? I just Googled. I'm not kidding you. I put in the Google bar, what the fuck is wrong with me? And just started scrolling through and started reading people's comments that resonated, and started reading articles, and just started listening to YouTube videos. And I was like, oh my God, I am totally not crazy. This is happening to millions of people. This is totally where we're supposed to be. Everything makes sense. Every experience has led me to where I am now. Every pain, every heartbreak triggered me in exactly the right way to get me to understand what healing needed to happen. And all of the promises that Creator has made for us are true. They're true. And this is just a beautiful place to be, and it's a beautiful experience to have. And I feel honored to be a part of what we are doing here on Earth. My heart goes out to our planet, to Mother Gaia, to, all the light workers, and to Creator himself for the destruction and the damage that this whole planet and every being on it has experienced for, I don't know, thousands of lifetimes. It's a lot. It's hard. I mean, things went terribly, terribly wrong in the beginning. But we've been working really hard for a really long time to get where we're at. And this is, I'll probably say it 1,000,000 times, the lifetime of all lifetimes. So let's take this really serious. And I just hope and pray for each one of you that any little light bulb or spark that goes off in you, any little intuitive hit, follow it. Get the information, talk to people. If there are not people in your life that understand this kind of stuff or make you feel weird for experiencing this really, really crazy upheaval right now, get online. Look for people who, there's so much support, guys, and the feeling is overwhelming when you connect with people who are just going to look at you, nod their head, and say, yes, I get you, I feel you, this is what's happening. And a lot of people that have this perspective right now, I think are going to be really important in the next few years to kind of hold people's hands and look them in the eye and say, it's okay. You're not dying. You're not crazy. You're not just an asshole. All of that stuff is coming out of you because you're actually a beautiful being of light, and that's what God wants for you 100% of the time, and that's what we need. So that's what's happening. Again, this is just all perspective. You know, my brain only works the way my brain works. I articulate and deliver information in a certain way, in a certain style, and so I just hope that the people who need to hear this and that this would be helpful for, supportive for, can understand my messages. And of course, I'm always happy to talk and email, but I'm just really excited, and I love every single person on this journey. I love every single person in the world, really, even the biggest jerks. Honestly, I'm learning to love them too, because they're hurting, they're suffering, and that hurt and that suffering is the reason that we're here. So we gotta love ourselves out of this stuff. All right, I love you so much. Probably gonna drive down the mountain now since it's not blizzarding. It was just beautiful. I feel so blessed. Ooh, it's so pretty. I couldn't get out and record because it's too cold and I didn't bring my gloves. All right, you guys have a great weekend, or whatever day I post this. Just have a great life, a great moment. Love you. Bye.